I'm about to be annoying. Okay, go ahead.
That's a good intro.
Right, very good intro.
Let's start with that. Disclaimer.
Yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy AJ.
It's your boy Nick.
This Hip Hop Vibes, a podcast. This the last episode of the year, 2023 wrap up.
Yes, sir.
And you got a special guest for us today, a new guest in the house. Now go ahead and introduce yourself and all that good stuff.
Hey y'all, I am Coach Mozingo. Coach Mozingo on all platforms. I am somewhat of a life coach and I am a hip hop journalist. So yeah, Coach Mozingo everywhere, TikTok, YouTube, all the same name, no underscores, all together.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Happy to have you.
Yes, thank y'all for having me. I've been super excited about this.
That's awesome because I'm excited too because since you said you're a hip hop journalist, I think you're like the first one we've ever had on the show. So you're gonna bring us a fresh perspective that I think we're gonna be looking for. So I'm excited.
Let's do it.
Definitely. So anytime we have a new guest on the show, we always like to ask them their top 5 favorite hip hop artists of all time. That's your personal favorites. Top 5.
No judgment. Ashley, we're not judging.
Always.
No judgment. Always. No judgment. Yeah, you said I'm gonna judge you though. Always. You share yours, I'm definitely gonna judge you.
Right.
All right. So after I did all my calculations.
Calculation. I like it.
Whiteboard had everything.
Whiteboard. Okay.
Had a couple projections looking at slides. Trying to figure this out. My list right now. All right. Okay. So I have Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Big Crit.
Big Crit. I love me some Big Crit, man.
Love all the mixtapes. Pusha T. Vince Staples and Tierra Whack.
Okay.
Those are some new ones for the list. I feel like those are some new ones. No one said Tierra Whack before. I don't think anyone said Big Crit either.
Right.
AJ, do you think anyone has top 5? All the guests we've had?
Nah, not Big Crit. Nah.
I like
not the top 5 anyway.
I like hearing fresh names. That's what I'm trying to say. I like hearing some fresh names. Not the same.
Is that in order?
People. Yeah.
No, in no particular order.
Okay.
You couldn't get an order, right?
Right. That's y'all can have me some
too much. It's too much. Yeah. It's hard enough to get 5, but don't ask me for order.
I had 9 and I was like, this is not 5. But yeah, I've been a long time fan of Big Crit.
Who would have before?
Like Dat Piff days. I'm sad. Y'all know Dat Piff ain't working no more.
It's off.
Yes.
It's offline.
It actually, I had a moment. Like I was pretty sad. Because I would just go to Dat Piff to quickly access, mixtapes that, of course, aren't on any major streaming platforms and stuff.
Wild. Really
I think Crit, some of his mixtapes are now on Spotify. I saw some of them are on Spotify now.
It's some adjustments, but
yeah. I hate that shit.
Some sound adjustments.
Yeah.
I know live mixtapes are still up.
Live mixtapes are still up. Oh my gosh! I haven't listened to live mixtapes in forever. Oh,
that was my go-to.
You just made her day, AJ. You about to hop on there right?
Like his 12 for 12, Crit's 12 for 12 was one of my favorites. One of the first ones that really got me was "It's Better This Way." That mixtape, and then what's the name of it? It's got the little boy. It's purple, and it's like
Cadillactica.
No,
that's an album.
I like Cadillactica too, though. That's one of the albums. It was a mixtape. Now I'm about to get mad.
There's so many mixtapes out, man.
Not right, because I know the name of it.
Yeah.
Forever in a Day.
Forever in a Day, absolutely, 100%. Yeah. I love that. I loved that. Yup.
Yeah, that was a really, really good one.
Can't Remember the Time. I love that one too. Oh my gosh.
Like definitely like watching all the YouTube videos coming up in school, and when some days dropped on YouTube, that was it was just a moment. And I've just always I love country hip hop. I think my first one of the things I ask when I'm interviewing artists or hip hop artists, I ask them, when did you meet hip hop? So when or where did you meet him? or meet her, however you view hip hop as a being. So I had talked to this producer. His name's Second Prez, and he produced an artist. His name Elevator J. I don't know if you heard of Elevator J. He's out of North Carolina. He produced that project, and he's based in Texas, and he's worked with a few different Texas artists. And I asked him, I was like, "What is, where did you meet hip hop?" And this man said, "Batman album. It was Redman Method Man track." And
Batman.
Yeah, like it was the Batman album, and it was a Redman track. Hold on, it was and I had to go like look it up because it unlocked the world. I'm like, oh shoot, album cuts from like movie soundtracks.
Right.
Because movie soundtracks go hard. Like the Osmosis Jones soundtrack. You even got the Space Jam soundtrack. Please. But yeah, I get a lot of answers to that. But for me, my dad definitely was he was a funk fan, so he had a lot of like George Clinton playing. There was a lot of and he used to break dance, so there was a little bit of Run DMC going on. Yeah, my dad got a real strong neck. Pull up a picture. You
got the NFL player neck. He's got the big chunk.
I'm doing all them spins. No, I'm gonna pull a picture up. But yeah, I grew up in part of my life in New Jersey.
Okay. Where in Jersey?
Plainfield, Piscataway.
Okay. What's that? Where in Jersey is that? North, south, central?
You get me lying. You get me lying up here. Yeah, and then and up there, I just listened to whatever my dad was listening to, and then my first album that I ever bought was Usher's My Way. So I had like, the world get bigger, right? I didn't even know there were like music people from other places. So I'm like, what's this like Southern sound? What's JD? Like, what's that? Yeah, what's that back there?
Yeah.
And then of course when we moved to North Carolina, the radio changes. So now I'm listening to Ludacris and T.I. and all types of people that I had just hadn't heard. It's not on the radio station where I'm at. So I completely just fell in love with like Southern hip hop. And Big Crit, of course, birthed from that. And I can get to the rest of them, but I'm trying to hear y'all.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I can share mine for sure. I mean, I don't have an order, but Kendrick, Kanye before Yeezus, I'd say. Yeah, before Yeezus, Kanye, Hove, Nas, and Common. Those are my top 5.
I can appreciate that Common's in your top 5. You won't hear anything.
I'm about to say, she about to say something. Like,
right.
I appreciate that. That's really brave of you. That's very brave of you to have him in there. It's trash, but
don't let Nate. Don't let Nate
hear that. No, Common has some really solid projects.
My man said, "Every time I listen to Common, I take a nap."
He takes a nap. Yes.
I was like, "Hey, yo."
Even I had to laugh at that. That was funny.
Common's a grown man. He's been a grown man for a long time.
Indeed.
But no, I rock with that.
Yeah, my top 5. This is in order from 1 to 5. Tupac, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Nas, Eminem, DMX. Was my top 5. Everybody's interchangeable though, except for Pac and Bone Thugs, because those two are the reasons why I fell in love with hip hop. So yeah, those two will never change.
Come on, DMX. I love that. I love that DMX plug, and I love the Common plug. What where I know you mentioned that's where one of the places you met hip hop. What are some other like interactions or some of your best memories like with hip hop that you can think of right now?
Best memories. Man.
Oh, she's interviewing us now. I'm like,
I
wasn't ready for this.
Hold on.
That The journalism
Check my
coming out
notes
like,
real
oh shit.
quick.
Oh, that's
Right.
Definitely for
I wasn't-
me,
I
like
wasn't ready.
for me, definitely. So I actually, it's funny because Southern hip hop was the first exposure for me, but it was an album, and AJ's gonna laugh. Everybody should laugh when I say
remember
it.
this too.
But my first hip hop album was Murphy Lee's album. That's my first hip hop
I
album.
actually had that album too, though. I
Yeah.
have that album too, though. Which is funny.
I don't even remember how.
What's the hook gonna be?
I think it might have been like Bad Boys or
give a
something. The
fuck about this
soundtrack. I think. Oh my god! I think that was actually it though. Bad Boys soundtrack. What's the song with Diddy?
Oh,
What
Shake
was
a
it?
little, drop a little.
Yeah,
What's it called?
Something.
Shake a little. No, shake your tail feather.
Shake your tail feather. Yeah.
That's what it's called.
I think. Yeah, I think so. Somehow I got
that's
from
a great place
that.
to fall in love with hip hop.
Yeah. So that's yeah. So it's funny because like listen to that album now. I'm like, oh my god. But back then, I mean, I thought it was interesting, and I really loved the Southern sound. It actually took time for me to get into, like New York and those sounds. I'm from the Boston area originally, and my parents are from like New York. My mom's from like Queens specifically, so I already had like we had spent time in New York and stuff like that. But I didn't really. I like the Southern sound because it just had a feeling to it. So it had just a warm kind of feeling to it. And I mean, it's kind of hard to remember that album too much, but I remember even like it was kind of breezy, kind of easy. I remember that. And I just really liked the vibe of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was my first hip hop album. Yeah, it was definitely special. Definitely a special moment for me.
I love
for
it.
sure.
So my first hip hop album was Word of Mouth, Ludacris.
That's actually a good one though.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That was the first album.
That's a good one.
National treasure.
It is.
Absolutely.
And then from there, like, I'm discovering like, stuff like during that time because that's just like prime Eminem, prime Jay-Z, prime Nas, all that. And then and also when 50 Cent was coming out.
Oh.
And that was the time that June era is unmatched. That June era was unmatched.
Then they came out with Beg for Mercy on the Collective. Oh my gosh. I was like, I'm
straight out of cash.
Unit me down. Like and I agree with you, Nick. It did take me a little bit, even though I'm like kind of from up north, I definitely received Southern hip hop like way better. So it took me a minute to get into like up north hip hop as well. I mean, I was definitely still a Foxy Brown and Lil Kim fan. Like I was there for all of that.
Why do you think you could more easily process, or just why do you think you gravitated towards Southern sounds? Like what in the music do you think?
I think it's I'm a really, really, really niche it down to the type of person I am. So I am heavily into animation and cartoons. Southern hip hop provided a almost kind of like an imaginative way to listen to music, especially when my first couple of artists, it was Ludacris. It was one of the probably one of the most animated hip hop artists to be on that stage. Saw him this year too on the Janet Jackson tour.
Hey, how was it?
On the lawn, but I was there. I had to zoom in with my camera a little bit. But he really came out with them shoes. He really has like his cornrows back. So it was really a moment that I really never saw myself having, because by the time I'm old enough to actually go to a show, he's millions down in his movie bag. So ain't nobody, artists talk about all the time how like music doesn't really make them money. So after Ludacris ain't come out with another couple albums, and then the last two weren't my favorites, I said, oh, that movie bag way too big for him to worry about this music right now.
Right. I said the same shit. Ludacris in my top 10, so I get it. Definitely.
Mine too.
My nigga.
I like that though. Definitely animated. Definitely, he's one of the most animated, artists. I think of like Busta Rhymes. I think of Ludacris. When I think of animated type artists.
Yeah.
Definitely. I always felt like in some ways Southern hip hop was more colorful for me. Like you talk about Big Crit. what I love about Big Crit is every time I play his music, I'm like somewhere in the South and it's just sunny out. I'm driving a car with the top down, you know what I mean? A lot of greenery around and just like enjoying yourself. That he transported me there every time with his music. That's one thing I could definitely say about Big Crit in particular. But also that Southern sound in general, you know what I mean? It's just a little less some of the Northern hip hop, as much as I love it, it's grimier sounding. It's a little like darker, you know what I mean? And as a producer, I really enjoy some of the West Coast sounds. I know AJ will talk about that for sure. The West Coast sounds. You can't go wrong with West Coast sounds. And we'll talk about that, my favorite projects from the year as well. But the South, you know, they got warmer, kind of more fun vibes, and Northern stuff is a little bit darker, you know. So it's interesting, man. There's so much variation in hip hop, so much diversity, you know. I love that about it.
And things y'all saying about like down south, that's not my bad. That's how I am. But like, you know, I'm a West Coast head, so like, you know, West Coast is like smooth, chill, and that's pretty much my demeanor. I'm chill, laid back. So that's ever since like I discovered like Pac and Bo Thugs back in like 8th grade. I just dozed into that whole, you know, West Coast bag. I'm listening to like Snoop, I'm listening to Dr. Dre, Dogg Pound, NWA, the whole nine, E40. You know what I'm saying? Like. And I grew up listening to funk as well. Like my parents were big on the funk, so like, you know, in West Coast, that's where their sampling comes from. So that's how I got to West Coast, and that's how I became a West Coast head. Even now, with like Larry June and like G Perico, Jay Worthy, and all them.
And that's interesting. You said about your parents influencing, you know, what you listen to, and Ashley, you said the same thing. I'm trying to think. For me, I think my mom was very heavy into like R&B music, but like old soul music. So it was a whole bunch of Otis Redding and Aretha Franklin type of stuff, music what I grew up with listening to. But I think my dad being a drummer, so and that's how I got into producing, was through drumming. That's what got me to hip hop immediately. Like once I heard the drums, I was like, oh my God, like it's drum music. It's always been drums first for me, at least. You know, so once I heard the drums and hip hop, I was like, that's it. Like I want to do this. You know, from an early age. Yeah. But yeah, AJ, do you want to do the top projects?
Oh yeah. So
we can start with our guests for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We doing the projects?
Yeah, we can do top 5.
Your top 5 favorite projects from this year.
Okay, hold on. Y'all keep talking. Hold that thought.
She must be scared of the spotlight. She's scared of the spotlight. She's like, oh my God.
Right. Hold on, wait a minute.
She got to go back to her drawing board, to her whiteboard.
She's like, hold on, like, who did I say? Like, what's happening? What's going on? Hold on.
It did.
Oh, we.
All right.
I told you you spoke on the show.
Let's crack this one up.
You got a hot.
Sorry, Dad, but hold on.
Sorry, Dad.
Oh man, that's funny.
All right.
That is funny. I'm dying.
All right. So projects, right? Okay. So as you can probably see, and I went over, Kaytranada, artist, DJ from Canada, and Amine, West Coast artist. Oh no, he Oakland. No, not Oakland.
He's Portland.
Portland, that's what it is. So they made a joint album this year, released it in the summer, and it's like, you know, sometimes two people come together and they just make a joint album, or they just making songs together. Like Kaytranada and Amine got together and made a project, and it sounds like they have been working together all of their lives. And this is their first like encounter. I think they had one other song together like a minute ago. They pretty much started their run at the same time in like 2017, where they're just in different projects and stuff. And pretty much at the same time, they were dropping stuff at the same time, but they have two totally different fan bases. So for them to like,
how would you categorize their fan bases?
Kaytranada is a DJ. So he's more in boiler rooms, and people have a different kind of vibe that tend to be drawn to. There's not a lot of people that are probably into a hip hop show that are just going to go to a DJ show. So that group of creative people, they go into the Boiler Room just to dance like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, he kind of does more like more R&B kind of house type music too.
Yeah, and Amine be spitting too. So Amine is also like a hip hop artist. So their fan bases probably are not going to meet, but they did it. They did it with this album. I told you I went overboard. Like it became a part of who I was. Like I know when they cut me open, this album is gonna come my body. It was so good. It was so good to me. It displayed beautifully Kaytranada's producing skills. How he can really implant himself in hip hop if that's what he wanted to do. But the house kind of pop vibe is fun, and even for Amine being such a like, he has more of a grunge like hip hop feel. So for his grunge to pair so beautifully with Kaytranada's house, it made for a great project.
That makes sense because he's close to Washington, so that definitely makes sense. The whole grunge sound. I fuck with that.
So that's really the top one for here. I got my other ones, but they really did their big ones with this project.
Okay. Do you want to keep going down the list, or do you?
You want to do
I could go. I could keep going.
Well, just keep going. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier too, Coi Leray has really surprised me this year. It's a huge year too for just women in hip hop in general. And because it's like this, like someone just ripped the lid off, and now there's just room for so many people. Like it's so weird.
Ripped out the plastic.
Yeah, and and it's just it's so many more, women to listen to in hip hop that we're aware of. And because it's so many, it's like we just now have this opportunity to be women in hip hop. So because they're coming out at such a fast rate, it's kind of hard to keep up. But I knew of Coi just from some other tracks she has been on. Of course, the kind of drama stuff with her family. But she hadn't like caught my ear until that damn Self-Love track on Metro Boomin Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse.
Oh yeah.
That soundtrack came out, and she had a track up there called Self-Love, and it's hypnotic. It's a pocket. It's a bag. I said, okay, let me give Coi Leray a listen. And it just so happened she had also been working on releasing her self-titled album. And first track, I was like, I'm sold. I'm sold. The first track comes, a lot of it's popular for hip hop, women in hip hop albums, for that first track to be like your dreams and nightmares, It's just like a
Cardi B did the same shit.
Let me talk shit real quick. She did that beautifully. She came in rugged hard, but she's from Jersey too, so came in like with a punch, and then it just goes into these very like almost all these different genres of hip hop, or all these different genres that lead to hip hop. So there's rock, there's techno, there's house, there's funk. There are so many elements of samples she used. She used pump the jam, pump it up. She used a sample. Yeah, there's another one. I wanna, and I might.
When she used "Touch It" by Busta Rhymes, she had to fuck it up.
Yeah. So it was, and that's even a sample from 80s song. Right.
Sample in the same.
Yeah. So it's just like it's a domino effect of people who can eat. So that's always cool. I thought it was a great. She got Lola Brooke up there, and they sound beautiful together. I think Lola Brooke.
I like Lola Brooke.
The coolest, like,
Yeah, it should be,
like, I'm on the track sound. Like, is cool, but like that's the way that you on the track. And I love Meg too, but I'm a sucker for like signatures and stamps.
Yeah.
So when like someone
You gotta
has
signature voice for sure. Definitely.
yeah,
Definitely.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, Coi Leray impressed me with Coi this year.
I did. Can I say one thing? I
Yeah.
wanted to say, you said something interesting about female rappers and how many are out now. That shift totally changed my business model for my business, my production business. Because once I saw that coming, I shifted from making like beats that were for like a male Atlanta artists, like YSL, that kind of sound, to doing female rapper beats. Like that's what I call them.
Female rapper beat.
Yeah, female rapper beats. Like, what were you gonna say? Huh?
What's a female rapper beat?
It's a marketing term. It doesn't mean shit. Like that's the thing. And people always say that. Yeah, and I'm glad you responded that way, because it's marketing. Like it's just marketing. So like you do it for YouTube, but it does, like, I've focused and listened. Like the new artists I listen to, 90% are female, because I already know that like that's the move that's coming right now. So I was like a business person, I shifted over, and it's been really like you said, it's been like a renaissance. And for me, what I like so much about it is diversity in hip hop. There hasn't always been that. There really hasn't. So to see, like, and I work with a lot of LGBT artists as well. Like I like just being a part of a wave where like we're diversifying, because like hip hop, there's nothing about hip hop that is just male exclusive. Like only a man can do it. You know what I mean? It's a free platform, or at least it should be, and it just hasn't been for so long. So for me, like I feel really passionate about being able to be part of that wave. Because to your point, like every week there's like a new artist. But I'll tell you, it's all the female artists that are pushing it forward. It's the female artists that are selling now. It's the female artists that are going into pop lanes and can do pop features. Coi Leray on David Guetta tracks, and for example, you're able to do that. I see that. I'm like, okay, the future is female right now. Like honestly, that's how I'm looking at it. Like. So yeah, it's been a really interesting time, and I noticed that my top clients who give me the most money, female artists. Like I just noticed it just kept happening. Like I'm like, oh, like
so crazy.
Yeah, it's just like you see it, So I just want to make a comment just from on that.
What a concept.
Yeah, right.
No, and women have always been just strong pillars for hip hop. Like I was speaking of West Coast, AJ, at One Music Fest, I got to see up close Yo-Yo and Lady of Rage perform.
Oh shit.
There were tears in my eyes. I just could not believe that was happening, like where I was. And they still sound amazing. Bars still go insane. Like such a moment. It was such a moment. And then like the Netflix special, the Ladies in Hip Hop Netflix special. Have y'all watched that yet?
I haven't. No.
Watch it.
I don't have Netflix.
Watch. Find a password. Find a password. But it's really good. It's really good. It's so eye-opening to the things that we kind of were privy to, but had no idea like how much women were such an integral part in birthing hip hop. And I think that's a part that gets left out a lot, is the birthing process that happened with the women also in this field. But because it's such a space, where it just seemed like this very masculine thing to do. It's like, how did you make music a gender?
Right.
How did you just assume that something that we all have the ability to do, which is make music, can only be something like all types of things? Like, why does someone that's like, why don't we think black males can be in the orchestra? Or like, why is there such a limiting this limiting concept of creativity? So that documentary was really, really good in just showing what's always been in front of our faces the whole time. Like Queen Latifah, like Roxanne, like everybody has been there. Foxy, everybody, everybody's been there. It's just so it's really just beautiful to see, like I said, the plastic ripped off, the openness and willingness of users to even see, you know, oh, like, because it's not like y'all were oblivious. It wasn't forefronted. So you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So yeah, Koi impressed me. Another project. Y'all know who snuck one up on us? Do y'all listen to Big Baby Drum?
No, I don't. I haven't listened to him in a while. Was it a good project?
He released this project called "What Had Happened Was." And it kind of has elements of what's that track him and SZA worked on together?
I know what you're talking about. I know which one.
Yeah, it has that feel to it again. So it's a really smooth album. Coco Jones, What I Didn't Tell You. It was really good. Like I See You was already a breakthrough track, and when I heard I See You, I said, "This is her Hours and Hours." Like what Hours and Hours did for Money Long, I see what they do for Coco Jones. And the first song I heard from the album was Double Back, which has the SWV sample, I believe. So yeah, that was the first one I heard, and I was like, "Oh, I really enjoyed this. This is real R&B." But then I heard "I See You." I said, "Oh, this is it." And sure enough, she's been everywhere. Like she's been on fire. I've seen her 3 times this year.
Oh wow, yeah, you're a big fan.
If I could like quit my job and just like go to concerts and review them, that's what I would do. But yeah, Coco had a good one, and then my homeboy. So you know how you got your friends, right? That like they make music, and you like big them because that's your homie.
Yeah.
My guy makes music. His name is Drew Slim. He released a project this year called Waterfront Dining. I'm gonna send it to y'all, and I really want y'all to understand.
Absolutely.
So yeah, those are
Waterfront Dining. I like the name of it.
Yeah, right. He's from Silver Springs.
So that's where I live at. That's where I live.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, he's from there. Been in Charlotte for a couple years. He got a kid and stuff. Work out here. All those good things. You know, got his little family pocket here. So, but he's from Silver Springs, so we try to make sure that's intertwined with his work.
I'm definitely gonna check him out now because I'm planning on getting a house. I want to settle down here, so I got to support Silver Spring artists.
Absolutely. See, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. But yeah, those were the projects that had me as far as what released this year.
There it is.
I love it. I especially like the local artist plug at the end. That's you know, you got to put on people.
They ask me what I do and who I do it for.
Well, I'll go next. My favorite album of the year. So I'm big into like Afrobeat music. I've been big into it for a long time. My wife, who's Zambian American, she put me on Afrobeat in like 2015, and I fell in love with it very quickly. And since then, Burna Boy had been like my favorite artist. I don't know if y'all listened to him, but like I saw him I seen him 3 times. Like in 2018, I saw him 2019, 2022. Like I just love his music. He is so unbelievably talented, so versatile. It's ridiculous. So I put his album, I told them as my number 1. I listened to that album so much. It is so good. I mean, it's just everything. He can give everything, every kind of vibe. But all his shit is very like rhythmic, very melodic, very smooth. I just love his music. So he's definitely the top of my list. And then from there, I don't know what I would put as like, I don't know if I have this numbered, but I'll go from him to The Great Escape by Larry June and Alchemist. I really liked that album. I like shit that can relax me. I got a lot of shit going on in my life, so I like having some music that's just relaxing and just chill. And it actually took me a second to really like enjoy the album, because at first I felt like, oh, it's a little bit like it's not quite enough, just not enough. But then like I kept listening to it, I kept liking it even more, and it's just great. I keep listening to it all the time. I also have I love like kind of like the Afrobeat music. I love like dance hall music. I love like Jamaican music. I listen to so much Nigerian, Jamaican, and American music are pretty much like that's what I'm listening to. So Popcaan is one of my favorite artists from Jamaica, and he put out an album this year. I listened to that like so many fucking times. It's a mix of like he's not like a local Jamaican artist. Like I talk to people in Jamaica. He's an international artist, so he embraces a lot of different genres. So he has like hip hop, dance hall, even a little bit of UK drill in there too. So I just love what he brings to the table, because he always has like something catchy, but it's also this album a little more thoughtful than some of his other albums. He's a little more grown now, so it's a little bit different. I personally liked it. Other people were like, "Oh, it's not like the same old shit." But like, you're not the same old person. Like, I should. Oh, you change, right? You're supposed to change. So it's like I like the evolution. So I like that album. And let's see, number 4. I'll put another island album. He's from Trinidad, but the album's called Saga Boy, and it's by Hey Choppy. I got to this artist by so I went to St. Lucia in March of this year. And in case you guys don't know where it is, it's way down in the Caribbean. It's like damn near South America type shit, right? They're big on soca music down there. They love soca music.
Soca is a vibe.
And we came down like it was carnival time for them. So they were like telling me all about carnival. I was like so excited. So I was listening to all this soca music, and it's just the most like warm, like fast-paced, fun music. Like I still love house music, and I always did. And I used to produce it for years too. It has sort of the tempo of house music, but you mixed in a little bit of African drums and a little bit of more like spacious instrumental and some really warm kind of melodic sounds. You get soca. And so I fell in love with that. And so when I came home, I'm like, I still want to it was like March. So it was like winter here. I still wanted to feel like I was there. So I got this album and was just listening to it all through the summertime. And it's a vibe. He's really talented. He can rap. He can do a little singing. He can do all kinds of shit. So yeah, that was definitely on my list for the year. And then my last album is another Larry June album. It just came out actually, called The Night Shift. And it's just like the perfect, like just chilling in the car, like driving music any time of day, but especially nighttime. Very relaxed, and the beats are just absolutely amazing. Some of my favorite beats right now. So it's just a vibe, man. It's real chill, real smooth. So those are my top 5 for the year.
You've been looking at my list, man.
Yeah, yeah, we know that's what we call it, man.
Y'all music twins.
Right. But now, so for my top 5, I mean, Nick already talked about it. So yeah, both of Larry Jones albums, The Great Escape with Alchemist, and then The Night Shift with Cardo. I mean, Cardo can do no wrong. Cardo, like, anytime that nigga is on the beat, I'm like, oh yeah, it's a banger already. Off gate. No matter who he works with, whether it's Wiz, Payroll Giovanni, or whoever, like, it's dope. So those 2 albums. Logic's College Days. I'm a big Logic fan. He's in my top 10.
I saw Logic perform before. He's good. He has good stage presence.
Indeed. And he's from the DMV, so I gotta rep the whole team real quick. But I've been a fan of Logic since what?
We saw him together.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, AJ. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, we saw that same tour, but he actually closed. He closed the show because But yeah, I'm always Logic fan. Like, I love almost all of his albums. There's like 1 or 2 where I'm kind of like, yeah, but for the most part, he always delivers. What was the other one? Another DMV artist, Primo Rice. He dropped a new album like 2 months ago. Portrait of the P. He's pretty much the DMV version of Larry June.
Yeah.
He really is.
Remember the polo he came out rock? Remember the polo he was
He
rocking
did.
at the Larry June concert?
Oh,
How do you describe that?
Yeah.
Describe
I
that
love
for
this
Ashley.
kid.
Describe the polo. How do you describe that, bro?
It was some shit you wear in public, and like the shit that we wore like in the 2000s, like in high school and shit.
Look, it had
But he
rhinestones
made-
all over. It was like
he had rhinestones on
rhinestones.
the
The
shit,
whole
all
shit
that.
was just all rhinestones. He just gets up there rapping. He's like 6 foot, like he was like 6'3" or something. Big, tall,
Yeah.
skinny dude. Like
But he makes it work though. It's him. That's
He's
just
a
his
man,
swag.
though.
He make that shit work.
he had
though.
great stage presence though. He
He does. He does.
He upped Larry June. He upped Larry June. Larry June had to keep up with him.
Yeah. But now
No,
Primo
I love-
Rice go off, man. I love
Yeah.
Primo Rice. That nigga
The,
go off.
y'all, I think y'all will really enjoy my friend. Then I think y'all enjoy Drew's music because it sounds like I had So I'm also, because he's the homie, I'm also working, with him on the artist kind of coaching tip.
Oh, cool. Nice.
I have been learning a lot about, like, I've always written about music objectively, and I'm like a serial concert goer. So his I've been keeping like him in rotation and to see what play, because sometimes Spotify or Apple Music will play a song after.
Yeah.
Like I've been like just constantly playing it. And just recently, Larry June came up as something that will fall in his algorithm. So I really think y'all would enjoy his sound. So now I'm really excited to hear y'all feedback. Go ahead, my bad.
No,
I'm with that.
Thank you, Ashley. You just gave me an idea. Oh my god! Like, thank you. I will talk about it afterwards. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
you just give me wow.
Put a pin in it.
What else? What other album that I like?
That's actually a really good idea.
This is my City Boy side showing. Drake for the dog, all for the dog.
Oh yeah,
I really did enjoy that album. I did.
you did.
enjoy that.
Okay.
I did enjoy it.
Okay.
She said,
I mean,
I said, okay.
It's a better album than like his last couple, solo projects. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like his last good one since Scorpion, in my opinion. So
I was about to be like,
I enjoy it. Drake.
Woo.
The
I
nigga
listened
the
to
Jenners?
Did y'all listen to Offset's project?
I did not.
Did I?
I was going to though because I
I'm trying to
like.
remember, did I? There's so much shit that came out.
Yes, so much.
I don't think I did.
Was it good?
I enjoyed it. It was unexpected, but expected.
That's kind of what. Well, how would you say it was unexpected?
I'll say it was unexpected in the realm of like looking around what was happening around him versus the music that was put out. The music that was put out was like nothing was going on, which is cool. Your business is your business. But it was like, oh, like Moneybagg Yo released a project, and like from the tracks in, you're like, oh, okay, there's been some growing happening. But it was kind of like kind of another like album that he would probably already do.
Got you.
So it's for what it is, like it's still fire because
you.
it's something that he would normally do. But I think I went into it with a different expectation, and that's on me.
No. I hear you,
get that.
Ashley. I actually feel like I'm frequently that person. I'm like, well, let me see, like with all the shit going on in your personal life, let me see some of that proliferate into your music. But yeah, sometimes it's just like, yeah, you see artists on autopilot, they just be doing this. And that's what I heard. And that's what I was expecting from him, to be honest. I heard Father of Four and then like his first album, and I was like, okay, there's a little bit of like personal, but like not really. It wasn't much for me, at least. Like I like very introspective, personal, artists, Common, Kendrick. I like that. So yeah. I'm not surprised that you say that. But I understand the expectation though.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I feel the same way. I
heard Quavo's joint. I ain't hear Offset's though. Quavo's joint was so. It's a Quavo album, so.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a Quavo album.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Was it good?
It was okay.
It was okay.
He definitely did talk about, Takeoff and the whole situation. He was more emotional in that album. I will say that. But at the end of the day, it was still kind of a Quavo album. So. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It has been. It's been a lot of projects this year.
Yeah. I do have some honorable mentions.
Yes, we love it.
Yes. What's my man's Dame Dollar? He dropped
Hey.
Don Dollar. For those that follow basketball, he's a basketball player. Damian Leonard, however he says his last name. But he plays for the Blazers, Trailblazers, for Portland. But that was actually real. I saw that album. I was like, oh shit, okay, I'll fuck with that. What else did I say? Let me look at the list. Oh yeah, Michael, Killer Mike.
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god! Oh, I take my list back. Cancel my list. Cancel my list. Oh my!
No.
From like a lyrical standpoint, I'm like, yeah, that's probably the best.
That's up there for me.
From a lyrical standpoint. That's
oh my god! How could I forget that shit?
Right.
Lord forgive me. I'm sorry.
What and then I said Don Toliver, Lovesick.
Oh yeah,
with that was a good album. And then
that was good.
I actually enjoyed Chris Brown's new album, 11:11. I enjoyed that.
I've been seeing some really, really good things about that one too.
Yeah,
so,
he kind of had like a reggae vibe, like house, like not house, but like
I think it's a good bag for him. I think that is a good bag for him. Like if he wanted to run that bag up, that kind of
he's been doing that shit. Yeah. He's been on all types of Afrobeat artists sample since like 2019. 2019, he's been 2017 even. He's been popping up on all these. He sounds great. Chris Brown can do almost anything, honestly. In my opinion, his voice he can do almost anything within that lane.
It's such a good pocket for him.
I agree.
Are y'all familiar with this group? They're called Group Therapy.
I'm familiar with that name.
That sounds familiar.
But
okay, how about this? Are y'all familiar with this artist named Toby Lou?
Nah.
Okay.
Maybe I'm
thinking of a different Toby.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna share like y'all. I'm gonna share a lot of stuff with y'all. But I went to Toby Lou's show, and Group Therapy opened. Now, what struck me was it's an artist that's in the group. What's that baby name? See, I don't be knowing these babies' names or how to say them. Him. I don't know if y'all ever seen this artist before.
Nah.
So he's another like.
I think I have seen him.
I don't know where he came from. I think he might be one of the like TikTok kids, but his group opened, and they have a very like, how would I describe their sound? Almost like if the New Boys. Y'all remember New Boys?
Yeah.
So if like the New Boys had a girl in the group and they were good, like, and they like could spit, like they have that very fun like feel, but they're just all spitters. So they put our project out this year. It's called I Was Mature for My Age, but I Was Still a Child. And it's really, really good. It's really, really good, y'all. It's a lot of fun. These are some very, very, very like the introspective part, but they made it youthful because they kids. Like I know they got to all be in their early 20s. But that would be an honorable mention for me.
That sounds like a fun combination, though.
They do.
And New Boys with people that can actually rap.
That's funny as shit.
I like more of that though, because sometimes like people that can spit, they end up taking themselves too seriously at the same time. Maybe it's the seriousness that they apply to their craft, and then they start doing that in the content as well. But you don't have to.
Fair. That's true.
You know. Yeah, I feel embarrassed, guys. I feel embarrassed. I can't believe I left out Killer Mike.
I was waiting for you to say that, to be honest.
I can't fucking believe it, man.
I was like, this nigga ain't say Killer Mike yet. I was like, damn.
Just cancel me, man. Cancel me, man. Because that album was amazing. I love that fucking album.
Look up on everybody. I was like, oh wow. Because I heard the single.
Yeah.
That random single had dropped. And I said, now what's going on here?
Like, yeah, I got Andre on here. Oh,
yeah. Shit. I was like, what's going on here? But yeah, no, it was that. Dang.
Yeah, that's like my favorite. I would say that's like my favorite brand of hip hop. It's like where it's aggressive, it's soulful, it's introspective. That's like my favorite. That's my favorite like combination. Yeah. He's got that. something to say. He also talks shit too.
Mm-hmm.
He just the whole fucking thing. Like that's it for me. So yeah.
I definitely agree. I agree. I remember when I saw y'all heard of the Roots Picnic Festival? I used to be in Philly. Yeah. So I did to the one where the Roots brought out Pharrell. And they of course brought out so many people, but that was my first time seeing Black Thought.
That was
and I was like, oh my word.
He's one of my top. He's one of my top 10.
Yeah. I was like, man, this is awesome. Like I wouldn't pick any other genre to be in. Like hip hop is really, really like transformative, and it really is like church for me. So
yeah, I feel the same way. The same way. It just speaks. You know. And yeah, Black Thought. He could perform upside down, like hanging upside. He'd be rapping the whole thing. Wouldn't miss a beat. Like he's a machine. Like bro, he's a machine. He could do it sleeping. He could be rapping. Like he is crazy. Yeah, definitely in my top 10. I'll give a couple more in my top 10. So I had Black Thought, Fonte from Lil Brother, J. Cole.
J. Cole's in my top 10 too, and Rhapsody.
I love Rhapsody too. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I'm blanking now. What else? AJ, save me. You go.
All right. Who's in mine? Wiz Khalifa.
Oh, Killer Mike's up there.
Yeah. For me, Wiz Khalifa. Well, I'm doing order from 6 to 10. I think I had Snoop.
Come on, Snoop.
Wiz Khalifa, Logic, Wale, Ludacris.
Love that. That's a colorful list.
Yes.
That's a lot of different sounds, but the same sound, but a lot of different sounds. So that's cool. Yeah. That list.
As far as like newer artists, Larry June, Jay Worthy, Payroll Giovanni, Primo Rice, Ramirez. Those are the main ones right now.
I have really grown to like Lil Baby.
Really?
Yes. I was not a Baby fan at first. And it's not because he did or said anything. I don't know what it was. But I have grown to like Lil Baby. I think his like how everything has just happened for him and how he's just I love an artist that can just still be themselves. Like they are not pretty much changing like who they are. Like for me, I feel like 21 Savage has been himself the end.
Yeah, that's me. That's me with 21 Savage. 21 Savage grew on me.
Yeah.
21 Savage grew on me, but I would say for me, why he grew on me is because he actually became a better rapper. That's what hit me. Yeah. I could see that he actually like got better than where he started, but his inflection, his lyrical content for the most part has been the same. Lil Baby, man, I wanna like Lil Baby. He's the one I wanna like. I like him as a person, but I don't like his music. Yeah. That's where I have trouble.
It's his voice for me. I can't get past his voice.
I'm cool with his voice. Yeah. It's his beat selection. For me, it's always
him.
I just don't like his beat. I just don't like his beat. I just don't. They sound so generic to me. Like I just like
it's plug and play. I 100% agree with you. I think if he had better beat selection and better just because he can write, like he can write.
He can write and he can write catchy shit too. He can actually flow. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, oh man, I really want to like this dude. I really just give him some different produce. I'll produce for him. That's what that'll make the difference.
Do your thing. And then you got when you upload it to YouTube, you gotta be like Lil Baby type beat.
Lil Baby type, exactly. Yeah. Male rapper type beat. I put male rapper type beat.
That's funny.
He's one of the. Now I really don't know these children's names. Like I have a playlist on Spotify that says I don't know these children's names, but the song goes. So I couldn't even tell you like who else knew that I might. Someone can say the song, and I'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But what the series of letters in their name actually is pronounced.
That's serious. I like that. That's funny, man.
So who would you say is like the top artist of this year for 2023?
Top artist. Okay, I'll say. Listen, I'll say from like a trendy standpoint, Ice Spice was the trendiest. From my standpoint, not the best in terms of quality, not the best in terms. But I'll be honest though, I usually don't say this, but I actually liked that little EP she put out. I actually liked it, and I liked it from a producer standpoint too, because it gave me so many ideas of just that the New York drill with a little bit of Jersey club and a little bit. I actually really liked the project, and I like what she did with it too. So I would say for me, it's Ice Spice. He's been the most trend-setting, kind of artist, I'd say, for the year.
I'll give you that.
And then Sexy Red has also been extremely popular.
Sexy Red is a moment.
Yeah. At first I didn't get it. At first I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what is this? But then I listened to it a couple times. Like, okay, she just got that. She just got that whole energy, that whole vibe down, like 100%. Like she just has that shit. The ratchet shit.
I was really tight about missing her show in North Carolina. I really wanted to go.
Yeah. Oh man, that would have been so much fun.
And Nora said he went. He said it was a time.
It was. Oh, I'm sure.
Of course it was. Like, come on, man. Like
I would have went too.
It was in Winston, right? The show was in Winston.
No, I think it was in Charlotte.
It was.
Oh no, there was a show in Winston. Damn, you're right. There was a show in Winston.
I was like, I think she was.
But I think she had a show in Charlotte too, though.
Yeah.
She's hilarious.
Sexy Red is a moment.
Ski. Again, the female artist.
That might be song of the year. That might be song of the year. Ski. Or players. Either that or players. I'll probably say players.
Yeah, I think.
I'll put players as probably song of the year.
Y'all know who, as far as like had like a huge just music cultural moment, Victoria Monet had a huge moment this year, which is very much deserved, very much,
yes.
Like so she's had a good, I think she's had a good year.
Oh, for sure. She's been a prolific songwriter for such a long time, and from like a producer and a songwriter standpoint, I love seeing that shit when they can get the front stage the way they should, like the level of talent.
So hard for them too, and it's just like, how are y'all denying it's talent here? Like
it is because
songwriters for whatever reason don't get taken as seriously as the artist.
It's because like it's just a business bullshit, honestly. It's just like, oh well, you don't have like, you're not quite, you can't do both. Like, I mean, the same thing, people told Kanye that, right? People told Kanye that when he was coming out, you can't do both. Like, nah, you can't really. It's just like this weird like resistance to it, and I think it's a resistance to talent. Like, oh, this person is just too talented. Like, I can't. Like, this person's too much. Like, like we can't. You know what I mean? Something like, or you can't possibly be good at both. Like, what? Mariah fucking Carey? Like, talking about Christmas songs? Like, Mariah Carey's Christmas song? Like, bro, she's eating. She performed, song wrote. I mean, come on, man. Listen, making money.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where that invisible cap came from either, Nick. It's
silly.
Weird.
It's silly, but that's my opinion. AJ, J. Cole, No Role Models, top track 2023 USA. The most streamed songs. That's so random to me. Like, that's so random.
You know why?
Going through
it. Because of that Will Smith line.
What was it again?
I want that Jada and that Will love. I'm like, that didn't age
well.
Wait, did
that sucks.
When did was that the Grant? What was it again when he slapped Chris Rock? When did that happen?
Was that this year too?
Was that this year? I think it was last year.
It's been 10 years in this year.
I know. I'm like, I
think that was last year. I want to say that was last year.
I think it was last year. Yeah, I was gonna say
that was last year. It was last
top
year.
moment.
Okay, because Grammys. Wait, was that the Grammys? No, it wasn't the Grammys. It was the Oscars.
Nah,
it was
like
the Oscars.
Oscars.
It was the Oscars. Yeah. Well, the Metro Boomin album was. I never listened to it. I'll be honest, but that album.
I forgot about that album. That album was good.
I was really happy to see a producer. I mean, like, as a producer, like, oh my god, that's the dream right there. You have an album. Like, with the level of artists he had on it, The Weeknd, all these A-list stars, and then like he's eating so well off of that album.
Thanks.
Oh my god, because that's what I like about nowadays. Producers can be like treated as an artist, and that's honestly how I was taught to be. Is like in my era of producing and online producing, you yourself are a brand, and you should form yourself as a brand and think of yourself as a brand. Think of yourself almost like an artist. I love seeing like Metro Boomin, especially things that happen in his personal life. Oh my god, it's with his mom passing away, but him coming into his light and really putting out that album is ridiculous. The numbers are insane on that album. I was happy for him.
Yeah.
That was a big album for the year.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, yeah, I said Ice Spice the trendiest.
Yeah. And the song I'll
She
say
had
is
that Barbie bag too.
The Barbie song, yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Right. Speaking of Barbie, did anybody listen to Nicki's new album?
I did not. No, I didn't.
I listened to like half of it. I ain't finished it.
I need some
She's
time.
shaking her head.
I need some time.
What does that mean?
I mean, you know how they say like separate people from the art, but
Fair.
Oh,
I don't know. Fair. Sometimes it still get a little tough for me.
How so?
Her spouse selection.
Oh God!
Yeah, that whole thing
has really put a bad taste in my mouth. So
yeah,
it's just like do you see you? Like, do you see you or do you know?
Well, from Safari to Meek Mills,
yeah, like why does your look like that? Yeah, stop.
Hey AJ, listen, Nicki Minaj is about to make a comment. It's gonna be the dream all over again.
Like shit, bro. That's
what you said about me.
Y'all had the dream. Talk about y'all.
The dream, yeah, the dream.
No, so I had to guess on my show.
It
was like I think it was last year. I had to guess on my show last year, and she basically just shitted on the dream. Like shitted on him bad, and like I posted on like on my IG page, and then he DM'd me like, "Yo, can I use this video?" I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Oh hell.
True story.
Check out where I live. No, I do. I think Monster was one of the most played songs of my rap this year, just because I just kept having to hear her verse. Like, so funny. Nicki's gonna always
that's a top verse.
She's always gonna hold it. And I like the album with good form and stuff on it. Another thing that's making me nervous is sometimes when people do a 2 of something. I don't like.
Because you got it. I feel it.
Yeah, the first one. I know I'm just little old me, but if you making a 2, I better be impressed. I'm like that with movie sequels.
Yeah.
I better be impressed. And historically,
yeah. Like I actually feel strongly about that too. The 2 thing or 3 or whatever, because. And the more I'm in the business, the more I see it. Like for me, in my opinion, I think that's all marketing. You're gonna get more people to listen to it because you're tapping into nostalgia. It's the same thing with the samples, right? It's like you see that like that's if you name that some random name, I guarantee I feel strongly that like significantly less people will listen to it. But since it's got the name in it, it's like, oh, this is the sequel. There's some kind of relation to it, even though it's like 10 years later. I feel like it's so much marketing in that. So I think that's why people do that. Honestly, that's my opinion.
It was okay from what I heard. It was okay so far. I like the song with Barbie Dangerous because she basically sampled on Notorious Thugs from Biggie, so she had that kind of flow going on. So I enjoyed that. It was kind of like a nostalgia. For me, it was like a nostalgia. It was like nostalgia because like a lot of her sample selections from like 90s and the 80s stuff.
See, I love it. I'm going to listen to it.
You just need like a moment, yeah.
I just need a moment. So like,
you gotta let the hype die down first.
Yeah.
I see you're gonna be disappointed, right? You listen to it like you're hyped and excited.
Right.
Is that what it is?
I've done that before too. Like I will not listen to something right away because I let me ease into it.
I'm the same way.
I end up being disappointed. Like Burna Boy's album, I'll tell you, first time I heard it, I was like, oh, that's it. But then I fell in love with it afterwards. Same with Larry June. I was like, I was so excited about it that like there was no way I was gonna possibly not be let down in some way. I'm thinking it's gonna be every track perfect, every minute perfect, every verse perfect. Okay, bro.
This is the chronic right here. This is
it's gonna be like like instant classic. Like, come on, man. Like you said, Ashley, listen to it 6 times, listen to it 5 times. You said like you listen to it a number of times, digest it properly, and then
like all of my articles are late, and I don't mean that in a way.
As they should be.
Like I feel the same way. I call out Complex so many times in my articles
because I call out what you say?
As like Complex. Really weak articles, like they're so bad, and I tell them, and I always like add in a plug, like, but you can hire me though.
Wait, I'm sorry. What publication were you talking about?
I'm like, hey,
Complex.
Oh, Complex. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because they'll like people write an album review like the next day or within hours, and it's just like, how do you know like the whole like how do you have such a strong opinion of something you just heard 2 minutes ago?
I think they just want the views. I think they just want the views
every time.
They just want
it's the hype. It's the hype. It's like the most talked about thing at times. Like, all right, let's hold and get this article out real quick.
That's what I think it is, but
niggas, because I can. It's the one song. Like, all right,
yeah. Like, how do you? Yeah, you got to live with it a little bit. Like you said, actually, listen to it, actually think on it, and that's why you're a good journalist, because you sit on it, you think about it, like, because what's a good journalistic piece without like any thought in it?
Yeah, and some homework. Like, people don't be doing homework.
Yeah.
Even with us on the show, we relate like a smooth 2 weeks at the very least 2 weeks before we do an album review on the show.
See, love that, and y'all, it translated because both of y'all had the same top albums of the year. Y'all was like, y'all in a moment in time, like, I'm gonna stay here.
And we don't even try to do that. It's like it just happens.
It just happens. Yeah,
that is awesome.
It's been a pleasure having you, Ashley.
I rock with y'all, Liz. I got some stuff to look up from what y'all told me, so I'm always excited to be put on. Please put me on.
Also, speaking of plugs, my boy JJ Sanders, he dropped the album last month. He's from Salisbury, North Carolina.
Okay.
Testimony is available on all streaming platforms. If you remember Marvel, that's actually Marvel's little brother.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He goes off. He went off on that joint. Before we wrap this,
Instagram. Oh, my bad. Y'all was about to get to that.
No, go ahead. What you about to say?
Nick, what's your Instagram?
It's NICK NEI. Yeah, just look at the screen. Yeah, you can see it.
It's all great.
Yeah. I gotta be like,
Yeah, people confused by my last name, so.
Hold on, don't take it nowhere yet.
The neighbors think I'm selling dope.
I wish that was still my tag, man.
Right.
I had on my Twitter banner, it says that wasn't very Cash Money of you.
I did see that. That's funny.
That's like a perfect line. I love it. Okay, I got
Cash Money. What a 99 and a 2000s.
Oh,
Juvie's Tiny Desk. Okay, never mind. Hold on.
Oh, damn, that was the moment. That was this year, wasn't it? That was this year. I forgot.
What happened? We did talk about moments. Before we close, we gotta talk about moments real quick. We didn't.
That was one.
Tiny Desk was
the tiny. Oh, I saw the Tiny Desk. The Tiny Desk was fantastic. Oh, it was so good.
He did that.
It was so Manny Fresh too.
Speaking of which, BG's out of jail now.
Wow, it's been a minute. Okay, good. Okay,
he's out of jail now.
Whew. Yeah, that was definitely a moment.
Oh, Tupac got a street named after him in Oakland. That happened last month.
Interesting. Okay, cool.
Oh no, I want to say September actually. Maybe I think it's September.
Tupac Shakur Avenue. Street. What was it? An avenue or a street or a boulevard? Which one?
I think like Tupac Shakur Way. I think.
Oh, I like that. Okay, don't give him a street. Give him an Ave, a way. Okay.
Right. I feel exactly where you're coming from.
That's what it was. No, I feel that. Yeah.
I don't know where I'm coming from. I'm just talking. I have no idea.
I do. Give me a boulevard.
Right.
Yeah, boulevard. Right? You on a boulevard, right?
They're just legit. And he got a Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
That took a while.
Yeah, he did. And we found his murderers.
Oh my god, that did happen this year.
That all happened. I mean, dude already like ratted himself out anyway, but he just finally got arrested for it.
Wow.
Oh, Kodak Black just got arrested.
Oh yeah, he got arrested
every day. So we're not gonna
right.
It's that really news though.
Oh my god,
this nigga stay in jail.
For what? What did he get arrested for now?
It was cocaine.
Yeah. What else?
Wow, that's a crazy looking mugshot. Oh my lord.
I mean, he looked crazy in general.
He cleaned up now he's still a type of person that he is.
Are you talking about image wise? I mean, look wise.
That and personally, got some things.
Okay.
He didn't look he didn't look like that picture at Music One Fest. No, was it One Fest? It was a couple months ago. That was just in Atlanta. So he was put together. I don't know what happened in these couple months.
Kodak Black's the type of dude that like I want to see do well. You know what I'm saying? Something about his music and something about his
It's very open.
I think he's he's open. That's the word. Honest, very honest. Like I want to see him do well. You know what I mean? But I think it's a little sad when I hear that. Oh, he's back in prison. Oh, this or that, or this or that. But at the end of the day, his life is his life. You know what I mean? He's gonna do what he's gonna do. He need to move out of Florida. That's what he's.
Oh yeah,
You stay in Florida, you
definitely got to do that.
Bound.
Definitely got to do that.
That's Florida activities, man.
Oh, that's funny. Did he get a key to the city in September? That's funny.
That's who got a what?
Did he get the key to the city?
So what city?
New York City.
Oh wow.
That was back like September. Before everything. Before all that stuff happened.
I wonder if that influenced it at all.
Someone said he didn't pay Illuminati dues. I was like, damn. Tragic.
Yeah. You have anything to say about that, Ashley? No, because I don't think I do.
We don't leave that.
I just don't put nothing past anybody.
Yeah.
I don't put anything past anybody. So it's just who has enough money to have as many people shut up. That's what it ended up boiling down to. Like, and if you set up your life like that, then you're gonna always have somebody running your pockets. I'm not trying to move my life for don't nobody.
Oh, more good news. De La Soul got their rights back to their music. Forgot about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So now shit's on streaming platforms now. You can listen to that shit on streaming platforms now.
Wow. That's big. That's big.
Yeah. And that shit happened a month after dude died from the group. I forgot his name.
Oh damn. One of them died, really?
Back in like February.
Damn.
Like he passed. Who else passed? Oh, didn't Gangsta Boo pass like January 1st, like New Year's Day? She passed New Year's Day.
Wow, too young, man.
Y'all have PS5s? I don't. I'm just asking because I just be watching people on Twitch. But did y'all play Spider-Man too?
I did not.
I didn't. I have a Switch. I'm Team Switch.
I got a PS5 though.
Yeah. I was like, I just been watching people. I'm not going nowhere from this PS4. It's done right by me.
PS4 is great.
I don't have no reason, and I'm not about to just have a whole bunch of. I already got an Xbox 360 in here. I don't need too many consoles. But I really enjoyed the Spider-Man game. So I know that game came out. I didn't get like 7 noms and didn't get anything.
It didn't win anything.
So
it didn't win nothing.
I looked at it, looked pretty cool. Like just the thought of being able to play as Venom, like it looked.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. Oh, I thought it was another album that I liked this year. That was pretty good.
Right.
Lil Yachty had an album. Let's start here.
I was about to ask how y'all felt about Lil Yachty. That's so funny. I'll save that for another time. How do y'all feel about Yachty?
I enjoyed that album. I actually enjoyed that album.
I'm kind of indifferent. I don't really. I never really listen to his music like that.
I just happened to listen to that particular album because like it's not like a rap album. It's more like a funk rock type of album. So it had like a whole different vibe to it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I like Lil Yachty. I think he's interesting.
I always liked his persona. I felt like he was like a little more positive, wanting to be himself, kind of, you know what I mean? Like this kind of energy.
Very
I like his energy.
Voice. That's always helpful.
You said what?
I said, and he has a very distinct voice, so that's always helpful.
Yeah.
He knows how to carry himself too.
Yeah.
In what regards?
Like I remember that interview you did with what was it? Everyday Struggle.
Oh, Joe Budden.
Joe Budden was trying to try to carry his ass, but he just stayed like humble the entire time.
Okay, I like that.
In that
my wife and I agree that he should iron his clothes a little bit more.
Joe Budden about that.
What regard? He said he needs a steamer.
Well, you said Yachty needs to iron his clothes.
Yeah, because we were at. What concert?
Check your DMs, AJ.
It was something in the water. He came out on stage. His clothes was a little like they was balled up in the suitcase. I don't know if that's. I don't. Who am I? You know, maybe that's how the clothes look. Maybe I'm in a different. Maybe I'm not in that tax bracket.
That's a new style. That's a new style, man. We don't iron clothes no more.
Yeah.
Let me age myself.
Just natural Al. Just let the wrinkles show.
I thought you were talking about Joe Budden at first. Actually, I was gonna start laughing. Joe Budden's wrinkled.
You know, I will
wrinkled
talk
personality.
shit about a lot of people. I will not talk shit about Joe Budden because I don't want that smoke. I don't know. You can't argue with somebody like that.
Oh my God. I would go nowhere near him. I'll be honest. I don't like to argue. I don't like to argue like that. I don't like to argue, period. So definitely not with him. No. But I always, that interview with Lil Yachty, I was just like, yo, bro, like, you're making Yachty made him look like a fool because he's just the way, like, trying to instigate. It was just like, bro, like, well, just give it up. Like, your song just went gold a couple of weeks ago. You know what I mean? 20 years, bro. 20 years it took to go gold. And I love that song growing up. I was waiting for that song. But come on, man. 20 years.
Hello, bro. This shit was on. It was on the You Got Served. How's it only to go on gold? Like, come on, bro.
Bro, I thought it at least went gold in 2003. I thought it went gold in 2003. I'm like, how did it not go gold in 2003?
Right. I should clip this and tag him.
I know he'll DM me real quick. Right. And I use this.
He gonna probably shit up us on his podcast. I'm like, nigga, you only got like 2 views. Fuck out of here, but because of that, he gonna give us like hundreds of views. I'm like, appreciate that.
Claiming it.
Hilarious.
Claiming it.
Oh, speaking of which, didn't No Hands go diamond this year?
It did.
It went diamond this year.
Oh, you said No Hands.
Yeah, No Hands.
That's amazing. Like, honestly, I told you that before, AJ. I was almost surprised when you said that. Like, I know it was a big song for sure, but like diamond is like crazy status. Well deserved, and I'm happy to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. It's like that's like Mount Rushmore twerk songs.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
It was a strong run. They had a strong run.
And it's still going.
Knees and backs have never been the same. Never been the same.
As soon as you hear the intro, listen to the track, bitch.
Right. Hips going in every direction.
Everywhere. Good times. Good times. That was an era. That was a good era.
Well, that was a time had.
College days. I miss it so. And now we in our 30s. I'm like, God damn.
And that, wow. I like that. I'm enjoying my 30s. I'm having a great time.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely in.
Oh, me too.
It's like, oh, okay, this is what y'all mean. All right.
Right.
It's like I give less and less and less and less fucks. Like, and it's great. It's great. And I'm like, okay, cool.
More peace.
It is.
Just
More
leaving
peace.
everybody where, they had you messed up at. You just don't have time for drama. It's not a lot of back and forth. I'm doing what I want. I'm opening as many boxes of cereal as I would like.
Yeah.
I'm drinking all the juices.
Right. There are no rules. I was like, okay, I'm an adult. I'm still cosplaying to a degree, but
I cosplay too. Mm-hmm.
Hey, you can do whatever you want, man. No one can stop you. That's the thing that's beautiful about it. You can go to as many countries as you want to go to. You can go to wherever you want in the world. You can pack your bags, and we talked about that before the show.
Mm-hmm.
Getting lit at Comic Cons.
Wonderful. Yeah, AJ. Yeah.
Oh, and Nick sent me lit for like the first time at BlurredCon.
This man, I was talking to him, but he was just looking the other way. I was like, waving my hand in front of his face. Like, is he here? Like,
was not with you.
He was chilling, bro. He was chilling.
Oh yeah.
All right. I think we can wrap it up, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ashley. Let them know where they can find you at and all that good stuff.
I have had a fabulous time. You can find me on all social media platforms at Coach Mozingo, Mozingo. I am barking to be your favorite music journalist, so stay tuned.
There it is. All right, Nick.
All right, bro. What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Neighbors, co-host and hip-hop producer. You can get at me on IG, on the handle on the screen. I'm on BeatStars, post every week, new beats all the time. You can lease my beats. We can talk deals, whatever. Get at me.
Yeah. And you can follow me, TikTok, IG, A-Tone Productions, A_Tone_Productions. Follow me on Twitter, hip hop vibes, hip_hop_vibes. That's where I post all my daily hip hop content. Follow me on Twitch, War Machine 1919. I stream a podcast on there as well. Like, you know, I do some gaming here and there. And follow us on YouTube, Hip Hop Vibes, a podcast. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You got to say the whole thing. Also available on, you know, Spotify, Anchor, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, all that good shit. And also follow my radio show, Hip Hop Vibes Radio, on RadioFairFrets.org every Thursday from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And, you know, just showing my love for hip hop and all the good stuff. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Well, it was a pleasure to have you, Ashley. It was absolute pleasure. We'll definitely be in touch. I can't wait to read all your articles, and you know, you're gonna start your own magazine. Forget Complex. You're gonna start your own magazine. You're gonna be up there. Keep doing what you're doing.
Facts.
Thank you. Yeah, that means a lot. Thank you.
And hopefully we won't be interviewed one day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll be interviewing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll be interviewing us. Exactly.
Yeah, I always got the plug to me, so I ain't going nowhere. Same old.
Anybody got New Year's plans?
I'm about to have a baby, so you already know. Like I'm gonna be at home.
Big baby.
Yeah,
when?
my first baby. Yes.
When did they do?
The 20th of December.
Oh,
yeah. So we're on baby watch right now. I got my hospital bag right down there.
Oh,
ready to go. Let's go.
You ready?
Let's go.
That is exciting.
It's very exciting.
All prayers and covers and wishes to you, and everything's just gonna go well. That's so exciting. That's exciting.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're gonna get nephew right. We're gonna get him right.
I'll bring him on the show. I have to bring him on the show.
Yes.
Get him right. Yeah, this has been our 2023 wrap up. I hope everybody had a great year. We'll see y'all in 2024. With that being said, I'm your boy AJ.
Your boy Nick.
And Coach Mozingo.
There it is. And this is Hip Hop Vibes podcast. We'll catch y'all next year.